Would that be cool, Fresh Baked, if, as Mike said, that's one of the refurbs that they're doing is that you get to fly through the star? Well, there you go, Fresh Baked. One hot, fresh ride on the omnibus for you. And why are we here at Town Square? Well, there's a new exhibit here at the, what do you call it? Well, it's the Main Street, or the Main Street Opera House, I suppose. Drawing Disneyland. The Frozen exhibit is gone. For some of you, that's thankfully. It was a good exhibit, though. I don't know why you're tripping. Here we go, Drawing Disneyland, the early years. We're gonna learn how to draw a teepee, I'm thinking, or maybe a teacup, or a rocket ship. Oh my gosh, look, it's Mickey. Hi, Mickey. You look handsome. All right, that was amazing. Let's go home, I'm done. So what we see here, first of all, are this is a very classic photo of Walt with Herb Ryman. You see this photo a lot. If you were to Google search Herb Ryman, that's one of the first photos you'll see. I can't really get a good shot of it. But this looks like photos from like the early development of the park attractions. Here's Ken Anderson, who is he's a legendary animator. You'll see his name show up on like Alice in Wonderland, or I know I've at least seen that, but there's others that I can't think of.
Accurate that ended up being.
So this is an aerial concept rendering, which, wow, yeah, it is. That is amazingly close. Look at, this is one of my favorite features of when I geek out on how well they have blended in the two lands together. You feel like you're definitely, you know, once you're in Adventureland, you're not anywhere else, right? And this feature right here, this is the Jolly Holiday today, right here. And that's the front of the Jolly Holiday. And then this is Aladdin's Oasis, basically, right here. Well, today. Back then it was, what, the Tahitian Terrace, I think it was? Yeah, Tahitian Terrace. But just the top of the roof line, you'll be able to see, if you pay attention, the change from one land to the other on one building. And they were able to do this so seamlessly. It's just amazing. And I'm looking at these chairs, I keep seeing hidden Mickeys on every one of these chairs, this table setups. I see a big head and the ears all over the place. But look at that, and you'll notice too, much less, there's no trees. There's nothing, today you can't see any of this. You couldn't see from here into the land at all. But back then, if you look at old photos of Jungle Cruise, you could see it was wide open, man. You could see everywhere. Look at that. This is the native village concept rendering. And you almost feel like you're in a, whoa, hello camera, frame that, David. You almost feel like you're actually in a jungle scene, and you don't realize it until you actually see the Jungle Cruise boat there, and you realize, oh gosh, that is an attraction. Look at that. There's Walt getting ready to drive a Jungle Cruise boat. Wow. Now here's a artist rendering of the Golden Horseshoe, which actually, when you think about it, maybe not so hard to draw because it's an exact replica of the horseshoe from Calamity Jane. So I guess that makes sense. But you know, one thing that you don't often notice, or I don't realize it myself, but the theater is set up as a horseshoe. These two ends are the ends of the horseshoe, and it goes. You can't see my fingers. Do it like this, David, like that. There you go. This is all a horseshoe, right here. And this guy's having a little sarsaparilla, I'm sure. Yeah, here's one for you historians and your classic Disneyland fans. That's the old Fort Wilderness. It used to be that you could go in there and run amok. There was like little turrets that you could get up into and fire pretend guns at people, I think, if I recall, right? They had guns up there, right? So is this Tom Sawyer's Island, I guess? It looks like this, they've kind of flipped it. Here's the treehouse. This is actually more, oh no, I see where we are now. Okay. This is New Orleans Square over here. And then, so this is more like on the Big Thunder side. The story goes that when Walt was trying to design or ask one of the guys to do a rendering or design of this island, he wasn't happy, and so he just went home and drew it himself, and he said, here, this is what it is. And that's one night he drew it looks like a whale to me, actually.
I might be wrong, but wasn't New Orleans Square after all this? Like, it wasn't.
Well, right. I'm trying in terms of context today. Okay. That's where the Haunted Mansion would be. It's right there. Yeah, New Orleans Square didn't come out until like 10 or 15 years later.
This is
right. Here we go.
There's none of this is there, except for this.
This is Rancho Del Sol. Oh my God. Rancho Del Zocalo would be, well, it's here-ish now, right?
Yeah.
Shooting exposition, if I'm not mistaken, right? Am I seeing this correctly?
Yeah.
And that's the current entrance to Rancho right there. And then this was, well, it's not just a rendering, but that would have been cool. I'd like to see it look more like this today.
Big Thunder's right here.
Oh, there you go, yeah, Casa de Fritos. There you go.
Yeah.
Mike has found an artist rendering of Alice in Wonderland walk-through attraction concept. So, like many attractions, Haunted Mansion, Pirates,
They were supposed to be
they were supposed to be walkthroughs at first until they discovered the Omnimover concept for Haunted Mansion, and then the boat thing from Small World.
From the 64 fair, wasn't it?
No, it started, the Omnimover was first installed at Adventures Through Inner Space.
Oh, okay. I thought you got the idea from the Ford.
No, they got the Small World boat concept from the 64 World's Fair.
Okay.
And they brought that over to Small World, then put that in to Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, okay.
And now, but yeah, that would be kind of neat, I think. You know, actually, Disneyland Paris, their Alice in Wonderland attraction is a walkthrough.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they call
And it's not as boring as heck.
Alice's Labyrinth.
Yeah, it's like it's just a labyrinth basically.
Yeah, okay,
it's just bushes. It's bushes with a few features, you know, sort of put into the area. And I'm staring this whole time. I've been staring at this thing, and you guys are listening to me talk. But
Let's go Peter Pan.
Peter Pan. Oh, okay. Wait.
Well, that's just
Oh, I see. But yeah, I mean, this if this were covered, you might have something, because I think this is if you're gonna do a walkthrough here, I think it's better off not being open air, like more of an enclosed exhibit with some darkness and some light. Otherwise, because what I see at the Disneyland Paris does not excite me at all. It just looks boring.
I would do like covered and some light, like where the flowers I'd have.
True, yeah.
That's what I would.
Yeah. But what I see now when I watch the video from Disneyland Paris is people look kind of confused and lost and unsure what they're supposed to be doing, you know. And it's right. That's why you gotta tell them. That's why the Omnimover was so cool, because they could point it and tell you this is what you're supposed to be looking at right now, and then and it lets them be more, you know, lets them be more artistic.
Right.
That's a rainbow, Aaron. look at this. This is a Peter Pan's flight concept or cross-section sketch, which is, I love how my brain does not work like this. I could not, somebody says, hey, give me a cross-section. There's no way that my mind could ever come up with this. There's just no way. I could not, it would be the most 2D thing you'd ever seen. But they've got, you know, like a street entrance. That looks really neat, where you could walk through, you know, London or whatever. And then you're on the tops of the buildings here, and then they show you these little red path that you follow as if that's the way you're flying. But look, they got you flying straight through that star on the right.
Second star.
That is really neat. I would have loved to have seen that like played out.
You know what? He might be doing something like that now. Who knows?
Do you think? Would that be cool, Fresh Baked, if, as Mike said, that's one of the refurbs that they're doing, is that you get to fly through the star?
That'd be awesome.
That would be spectacular.
We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out our Secrets in History videos, or maybe our ride-throughs, or you can just watch all of our weekly trip reports and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. It truly is the best of Disney Baked Fresh Daily. Oh, and don't forget, you can support Fresh Baked through our Patreon campaign, link below. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Fresh Baked!